The Arrowverse's Crisis on Infinite Earths is set to be one of the biggest and best crossovers of all time. It's going to be bringing together one of the most ambitious casts in comic book history to provide a satisfying conclusion to many DC movies and TV shows. Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show, everyone. I am your host, Definition, and throughout this video I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about the upcoming show. This video will cover the cast, release date, as well as what the overall plotline of the crossover could be about. Now there may be some spoilers here, so if you want to go into the show with some surprises, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel for daily breakdowns like this and all of the updates on the upcoming special. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this video. Now let's get into our breakdown of everything you need to know about Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know about the special is that the entire event will take place over roughly the space of a month. The first episode will premiere at 8 PM on December the 8th and run in the time slot every day until finalising with The Flash on December 10th. We then take a big break until January 14th, which is when we get a 2-hour special, firstly starting with Arrow at 8 PM and then finishing up with DC's Legends of Tomorrow at 9 PM. This 5-hour crossover event is said to be the biggest and most complicated one that the CW have ever created, and though it's not out till the latter part of the year, there's already a ton of things that we know. This includes the show's massive cast list. Firstly, all of the big players such as the Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl will be making an appearance, as well as Black Lightning and the newly introduced Batwoman. Brandon Routh, though typically cast as the Atom, will be appearing as the Superman from 2006's Superman Returns, in which he played the Man of Steel, which was connected to the Christopher Reeve timeline. On Friday the 27th of November, we got the first look at the actor in his updated costume, which bears a striking resemblance to Alex Ross's original design. Naturally, the internet exploded over the announcement, and when discussing the opportunity, Routh said the following: "Playing Superman again is an opportunity for me to kind of say hello and goodbye to the character in a way that I didn't get to the first time. Being a young individual of 24, 25, I thought, oh, I'm going to be doing this for years and make multiple movies. And that of course didn't happen. I'm just very honoured to be able to do this one last time." This is of course great news for fans who, similar to Routh, will be getting some form of closure on what is probably the first depiction of a superhero on screen that many fans remember. In addition to this, the Supergirl version of the Man of Steel will be also appearing, but these two aren't the only versions of the character appearing in the show. Tom Welling will once again be playing Clark Kent from the Smallville universe, and he will be joined by Erica Durance, who will be reprising her role as Lois Lane. This is some awesome casting news and feels very much like the cherry on top that cements this as one of the best crossovers of all time. This will carry on their story as it was left off at the end of Smallville and showcase how the characters have grown since the beginning. Unfortunately, Michael Rosenbaum declined to join the group for the return and stated last week on Twitter that he would not be appearing in the show. Kevin Conroy will be playing a live-action version of Batman from the Batman Beyond universe, and personally, this is the announcement that I'm most excited for. Conroy, in my opinion, has given the most iconic performance of the Dark Knight ever since he first appeared as an animated version of the character, and when this was first revealed I absolutely hit the roof with just how much fan service it was providing. Burt Ward from the 1966 version of Batman will too be popping up in Batwoman in a minor cameo, and this feels like a nice little acknowledgement of the show that started it all. Tom Cavanagh will be playing multiple versions of Harrison Wells and also the Pariah who appears in the source material. Joining him will be LaMonica Garrett, who will once again be playing the Monitor and Anti-Monitor, which has been revealed to be the special's villain, which I'll now get into. The Crisis on Infinite Earths plot takes the aesthetic of the original storyline and updates it for modern audiences. This seminal graphic novel centered around the heroes of the DC universe uniting across the multiverse in order to defeat the Anti-Monitor who wanted to destroy it. Now, potential spoilers here for the fate of the characters, so if you haven't read the graphic novel yet and don't want to know anything that could ruin the show, then I highly suggest that you skip forward about a minute. But in the original storyline, both the Flash, Supergirl and several other key characters including Alexander Luthor died. This is interesting because Lex will be appearing from the Supergirl universe, and this definitely ties in with the original work. The ending of the storyline is a very bittersweet one, with the universes becoming merged together, with many of the less popular characters being cast aside in exchange for a more streamlined narrative. Now, whether the CW decide to do this with a merging of the universes remains to be seen, but it's fair to assume that we will be losing some heroes in the special, with many of the seasons soon coming to an end in the wake of it. The final season of Arrow is in fact focused focused on building towards this giant crossover, so it's safe to assume that the character will be closed out. Arrow showrunner Beth Schwartz, when speaking to Entertainment Weekly, said, "Oliver is told he's going to die, so each episode in the run-up to Crisis has Oliver dealing with the various stages of grief that come with that discovery. So the theme is really coming to terms and acceptance." Mirroring this, The Flash will receive a similar prophecy in his season 6 premiere that states he too must sacrifice himself in order to save the universe, and the two characters will have to deal with the fact that their days are numbered. This will all build towards the final crossover and will mean that there's real tension when heading into it. This means that the show really is required watching, and though I myself haven't been keeping fully up to date with everything, this is a great excuse to go through the series and binge watch as much as possible so that I can get fully caught up before the main event. I'm sure many of you will be in the same position, so make sure you leave a like below if you can't wait to dive back into the universe with this as a new starting off point. Now obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on the crossover, so make sure that you drop them in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video and want something else to watch, then please check out my breakdown of the new Spider-Man Sony situation and how I think that the films will allow for Venom to cross over into them. That'll be linked at the end, and it's definitely worth checking out if you want to keep up to date with the Marvel MCU news. If you want to come chat to me about movies, TV shows, games and comic books, then make sure you follow me on Twitter at DefinitionYT. I've also just started up a Discord server which will be linked in the description, so make sure you get in touch as it's the best way to keep up to date with the channel and suggest new videos and topics. I also just want to let you know that we're currently giving away a free copy of Spider-Man Far From Home on Blu-ray, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is to like this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts on Crisis on Infinite Earths in the comments section below. The winner will be chosen at random on October the 15th, and the Blu-ray will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.